welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something another user brought to my attention, something called the Sugar Grove incident. In truth, there is not a lot on the internet about this. Mostly whispers on Reddit and 4chan, much of which have been taken down or otherwise removed. In fact, were it not for a few amateur conspiracy theorists, there wouldn't be much information about this at all. The Sugar Grove listening station was a Navy base located within Sugar Grove, West Virginia, inside the perimeter of what is known as the Federal Quiet Zone, a 13,000 square mile area of land situated across the border of Virginia and West Virginia, where almost all radio, broadcast, and cell phone communication is non-existent. The zone was allegedly set up in the late 1950s by the government to protect radio telescopes from interference. For years, the Naval Research Laboratory operated from Sugar Grove Listening Station with the goal of intercepting intelligence from the Soviet Union. The station was an almost completely self-sufficient community, complete with housing, food, daycare, and entertainment, including a fully stocked bowling alley. However, in 2005, in response to the attacks on 9/11, the base fell under the purview of the NSA. Many believe that this was the result of NSA operations shifting toward combating terrorist attacks. Around the same time as this, a new field of study began to emerge in neuroscience, a field that combined photosynthesizing bacteria and light through fiber optics to affect control functions of the brain. This field is known as optogenetics. While much of the aforementioned information about Sugar Grove is true, some argue that in addition to spying operations, the NSA worked in conjunction with the Naval Research Laboratory on the development of a highly classified weapon to be used against enemies of the state. Much of what is known about this supposed weapon and the subsequent incident at Sugar Grove stems from a Redditor who goes by the screen name Motivator01B. After having a conversation with a friend about a supposed incident at the NSA facility, Motivator01B went online to do some research. After asking around and getting no response, Motivator suddenly received a strange direct message from someone he claimed was a research scientist at the facility. Allegedly, this scientist, who went by username Glacáin, not only confirmed the claim that the government was working on a highly classified weapon at the facility, but also went on to make claims of its enormous power. Over the course of one evening, Motivator recorded their correspondence, with screen caps. Glacáin went on to describe this counter-terrorist weapon as a powerful, specially developed AI he said was called Escrier. Escrier, or Escrier, depending on who you talk to, had two unique abilities. It was programmed to infect enemy servers, scour social media profiles, video feeds, and other digital sources, to collect data on individual users as a means of determining whether they were likely to become terrorists. It also was programmed to utilize optogenetics. But of course, as Glacáin's story goes, things didn't quite go that way. He went on to describe to Motivator a series of tests conducted within the secured laboratory which misfired. Test subjects encountered odd lapses in memory and couldn't recall basic information. Top officials panicked, doubled up on security, and ultimately limited their test subjects to a single programmer in a single room, locked off from the outside world. Things continued in this fashion until one night, when the security protocols surrounding Escrier were left off and unattended for 4 hours. Though I found little evidence to corroborate this, Glacáin alleged that that night several other researchers got into strange car accidents, committed suicide, and even killed one another. 4 hours later, security protocols were put back online, and the Escrier servers were destroyed. Did the AI known as Escrier or Escrier affect all these researchers? And if it was meant to target terrorists, why did it have such drastic effect on its own researchers? What became of this lone programmer? Most importantly, did Escrier, as Glacáin suggested, infect servers outside of the Sugar Grove facility? Motivator01B asked these questions and waited for a response. And waited. And waited. But no response came. The last message she ever heard from Glacáin was, "I'm sorry. There's something else I haven't mentioned. I'm not sure I can talk about it. I need some time to think. Following this, Gamyun72's Reddit account was deactivated. It was as if he or she never existed. Though it may seem far-fetched, it is true that the field of optogenetics is expanding into strange territory involving mind control and the power of suggestion. And it's really not such a stretch to see the advantages such a power would give to an organization like the NSA. As for an AI that can detect terrorist traits, in this day and age, the ability to target ads for specific users based on the data they themselves provide is more than prevalent. And I wouldn't be surprised if a handful of you have experienced that odd moment when an ad appears for something you had just been conversing with about your friends or family. Perhaps someone or something is in fact listening. And perhaps someone or something will someday find you a threat. Thank you for watching. Next time, we'll discuss the Illuminati.